So today we are going to work the Dyad stitch border on this small sample. You can use this for any project that you would like to add a border to. It's very simple to stitch repeat. I'm going to be working in the contrasting yarn to make sure that you can see how I get started on the border. But of course you would match your yarn to your project however you would like it to look. Normally if I was doing this as a border on a finished project, I would match the yarns. I would usually do the slip stitch in the blue that you're seeing here. That's the outline of our shapes. That's how I would do it. But you, of course, could just use your main color, the background color, which is color A in this case. You could use that to get started on this part. We're going to be adding the slip stitch around the edge, and then we will begin working the border. I will specifically show you how to do the corners. I'll show you the repeat, but the corner is where we're going to actually be learning. That's the part that people need help with, is working and building out their corners when doing the Dyad stitch border. You can begin doing the slip stitch round anywhere on your piece. It's really up to you where you like to start. I'm going to start near the corner on the bottom end, and I want to show you where you're going to be inserting your hook if you're going to go this route and do the slip stitch around to get started. If you kind of pull at your work, you can see there's a small little hole, and it's directly between our first stitch and the border stitch, or the traditional single crochet that ends and begins the rows. So there's a little space in between those, and that's where we want to insert our hook. And we just add our yarn on, and we're going to pull up a loop, and then working into the next space, we are going to insert our hook and begin doing the slip stitch. So we're grabbing the working yarn and pulling up that loop. And then of course we want to pull on through that first loop. You want to keep this real tight against the actual stitches that are work on the pattern. That way it's a really clean, pretty edge when we do our border on here. So again, just kind of stretching it apart to look for the next space and insert in and slip stitch up. Same thing, we're basically adding one slip stitch per row. And we don't want to get these very tight because we're going to have to go back into them. You don't want them super loose either. So you're going to continue on around, and then we will meet up and I'll show you how I work the corner. I do have another video on this going into detail on adding the slip stitch around to begin working a border. And I will try to remember to link that as well for you. We're now here at the end where I would be creating my first corner. So I've worked a slip stitch into that last row, and I basically have the top of my work now. So from here, I would just do a chain one, and then I'm going to turn my corner. I'm going to make sure that I'm identifying the very first stitch in the row. I want to work into the back loop of that stitch to do my slip stitch on around. So you have a nice tight corner like that. And then of course we just work on down, slip stitching, not getting too tight, so we can work into these stitches in the next round. So you're going to continue on around, working each of your little corners the same way, and then we will meet up to do row one of our actual border. You of course can join on in the corner if you prefer. I'm just going to join on here on the side near where I need to show how we build out the corners. I'm going to join on with color A. And I'm going into just the one side of our slip stitch. And from here, I'm grabbing the tail and working yarn. I'm going to chain one just to kind of lock that in place. And then of course I can quickly drop that tail out of my way and begin working a single crochet in all of our slip stitches all the way around. There we go. So I'll go back into that same leg of the slip stitch, and I just begin doing single crochets from here. So work one single crochet working into one side of your slip stitch, the outer side, and meet up with me when you have reached your first corner. So as you can see, if I'm holding the project in the correct orientation, I have worked slip stitch all the way up here till I have one slip stitch left on this side. And then of course it begins working on the next side of the project. So I'm going to go here into this last slip stitch that is right here at my corner. And I am going to work one single crochet, chain 2, and keep those chains very tight. And then I'm going to go back into that same stitch here at the corner. So I'm working into that same slip stitch again and do another single crochet. And that basically helps me turn the corner. So now I'm here, now working on the top of my project on a different side. So from here, I just continue working, picking up one side of the slip stitch and doing a single crochet. We'll continue working on around, doing one single crochet in our slip stitch in just the one side, outer side or back loop of the slip stitch all the way around. And then we'll meet up and close the round together in just a moment. And of course you could mark your chain 2 here in the corner with a stitch marker if that helps you keep track of it. We're now here at the end of row 1, round 1, and we need to clip our yarn and actually bind off this row, close it out. So I've completed my last stitch, and you can do like the invisible join. You can close this round however you like. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of personal preference. That will close out our round. And I am actually going to tie a little knot because I don't want anything coming loose. And I don't do it too tight because I don't want to cinch anything down, make it look weird. So now we're going to join on color B, and we're going to begin round number 2. This is another setup round, so all we're going to be doing in this round is the exact same thing that we did on round 1. So we're going to single crochet in the back loop of each of these stitches. At the corner, we are going to work into that chain 2 space with a single crochet, then chain 2 and single crochet back into the same chain 2 space, and continue on down. Beginning with color B now. Same exact thing that we did. And we're going to single crochet in the back loop all the way down. So here's my last stitch before my chain 2. Now into the chain 2 space, insert your hook and do a single crochet, chain 2, back into the same chain 2 space, working a single crochet, and then we continue on down, working one single crochet in each of our single crochets from the previous round. So you will keep working, and we will meet up for row or round 3 in just a moment. So this is what you'll have after you've done your 2 setup rounds. So row 1 and row 2. So now we're going to begin row 3, and this is where our mosaic work is going to start. This is where we're actually going to begin doing the dyad stitch. And at this point, you can count just a few stitches back from your corner. So remember, we have our chain 2 here in the corner, and we have a stitch here and a stitch here. So I want to start 2 stitches back from the corner to begin this round. And to do that, we just join on like normal. So we insert our hook into that back loop, and we grab color A for round 3. And we're going to pull up a loop. And join that on like normal. And we're doing a single crochet to start our repeat. So we do 1 single crochet followed by 1 double crochet. And to work this first double crochet, we're going to be coming down here 2 rows below, and we're just going to work directly into that corner from the previous, working all the way around it, doing our double crochet. Now we're here at the corner, chain 2 space. This is very difficult to see, I know, but trust me, it's there. Get my hook in. So we're at that chain 2 space, and we're going to single crochet, chain 2, back into the same chain 2 space, and single crochet. Now we're going to work our next stitch as a double crochet. So we're going to wrap our yarn, identify the very next stitch, which is right here, and go down here into the chain 2 space 2 rows below, and pull up a loop. And then we're going to double crochet like normal from there. And now we resume our repeat of a single crochet followed by a double crochet. So this is work just normally like we do. And we're going to continue to work all the way around, working our corner exactly like I've just showed you. And you will continue and do the next 3 corners, and then you will join that round and meet up with me for row number 4 in just a moment. Now I have completed round 3 and then slip stitched and joined that up. So now we're going to begin round number 4. You can pick any spot that you would like to begin working this round. It's pretty simple. Where our single crochet spaces are here, that's where our double crochets are going to land. And then on top of our double crochets is where we are going to be placing our single crochets. So I'm going to start here and work the single crochet on top of the double crochet, and I'm starting near the corner, but like I said, you can start anywhere. And for round 4, we are going to join on color B and do our single crochet on top of this double crochet. So that begins our repeat. And now on our next stitch right here, we're going to work our double crochet. So that's work just like normal. We identify our next stitch and slide down, picking up that front loop that we left. So we have single crochet, double crochet, that ends our repeat, and we just keep working that. Single crochet, followed by the double crochet. Single crochet. We're here at the corner. Now we are going to be working into the chain 2 space 2 rows below. So we identify that next stitch, and then when we slide down, there's not really a front loop to grab, but you should see that little hole right there. And we just work in, and basically we're working on top of those single crochets to do our double crochet. And then in the chain 2 space of the corner, we work a single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet back into that same exact chain space. Now from here, we're back to our corner single crochet from the previous row. We identify that, and then we slide down and we find the chain 2 space, and that's where we're going to work our double crochet right around that. And then we pick back up on the repeat, single crochet, double crochet, and so on until we complete round number 4. You're going to be keeping that same sequence here in the corner. From here, you can repeat rows 3 and 4 over and over and over as many times as you would like to create your border to be as thick of a border as you want it to be. I am going to work row 3 as my final row, so I like to finish out using the same color that I start with. Since I began with color A, I am going to work row 3 as a final row. The corners are worked exactly the same, but I'll show those one more time. We're just going to join on, work a corner, and then you will be able to carry on from here, rewinding back in this video to row 3 and working rows 3 and 4 until you are done. So I'm joining on top of a double crochet so that I can use a single crochet to join on the new color, which is color A for this particular row. So we are going to work a double crochet here in the very next stitch. Next, we will be working our single crochet on top of our previous double crochet. Now we are here in our corner, so we're at the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and we know that we just work a double crochet by going down and working into the chain 2 space. Now around our actual chain 2 here, we work our single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Now we will work our double crochet going down here into the chain 2 space, 2 rows below. And now we're at our double crochet that made up our previous corner. So we work a single crochet on top of that, and then a double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next, and so on. So you just pick right back up on your repeat from here and keep working. And you will have a very nice little corner built out and a cute border on your project. So hopefully you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure you're leaving me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.